Panther people, what up? A rivalry renewed between the Hawks and the Panthers? What's going on? Watch Panthers Post with Phil Perkins. Thanks for joining. This is a very personal episode for myself. That'll take you behind the curtain a little bit. I'm a Panthers fan, been so for quite a while now. My brother, since the Sean Alexander days, has been a Seattle Seahawks fan. And we have almost not missed any single Carolina Panthers Seahawks matchup. The first one we went to, you may have remembered it, 2015, Greg Olsen, walk-off touchdown, if you want to call it that, Sunday Night Football, when Ron Rivera benched Cam Newton for, I think it was, he wasn't wearing a tie. So for the first series, he was not the quarterback. There was a very long interception return. It was a blowout on Sunday Night Football, 2019. In Charlotte, it was, I think, Cam Newton's last time with the team, Volume 1. He was in the stands. He was busted. I think he was nominated for an award. And that was the last time, I believe, he was at Bank of America Stadium as a member of the Carolina Panthers. They let him go that following season. Panthers lost that game to the Seahawks. I believe it was Kyle Allen as the quarterback. But yeah, we haven't missed many of these games. And it's funny, we created this rivalry for ourselves, and then the teams actually created their own rivalry with Russell Wilson and Cam Newton. Both offenses, both franchises, kind of the same. They had, mobile dual threat quarterbacks, elite defenses, defensive-minded head coaches, and, one just so happened to win the Super Bowl. The other one went to one and lost that one. But that rivalry has kind of died in the last couple of years, and I think it's on the verge of coming back. I really did think the Seahawks would be, tanking for Young or CJ Stroud. So this Geno Smith thing coming out of nowhere. But I really did think that they were going to kind of suck together and, kind of be 1-2, taking Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or vice versa, and then kind of grow together and reignite that rivalry. But it looks like the Hawks, grand scheme of things, are a bit ahead of the Panthers. But either way, very personal game for me because it's me versus my brother. Such a great bro. He bought me my first Panthers jersey ever. It was the Cam Newton one. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. Seahawks kind of taking everybody by surprise. The Panthers, kind of disappointing because anybody, including myself, thought that they were maybe going to be making the wild card. They still have a shot. They still have a chance. But I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning on Monday night kind of put a dent in that, with them winning the division, maybe sneaking into the wild card. But they're not too far off from each other. The Seahawks wouldn't be where they are without Geno Smith, who is just playing like a man possessed right now. Could be getting a long-term contract. Could be in the MVP candidacy type thing. There's other players out there like Jalen Hurts who could be definitely in the running for that. Micah Parsons, Bosa could be in the running for the MVP. But Geno Smith is definitely in the mix right now. But it's going to be an interesting game. It's a bigger game than people thought. At the beginning of the season, the Seahawks could very well win their division. The LA Rams suck. The 49ers are on their third-string quarterback in Brock Purdy right now. The Arizona Cardinals are a complete mess, busy playing Fortnite. And the NFC South is a complete mess right now. The Panthers, as I said, still have a chance to win the division. So, if they win this game, it does, especially on the road, it sets them into motion on playing the Detroit Lions at home, the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, and then taking on the New Orleans Saints and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Maybe round this one out to try to finish the season off strong. And the Seahawks, in their own right, they're trying to win their own division. So both are trying to win back-to-back games because obviously, remember, 2 weeks ago, it seems like a while, they beat the Broncos' first out-of-division game victory. And then now they could try to make it 2-0 and had their first road win as well on the season. That'd be a nice little feather in Steve Wilkes' cap when he goes back to Tepper's office saying, I should be the head coach full-time. Foreman limited in practice with a foot injury, foot hurt. He's got a foot hurt. But Steve Wilkes and Foreman himself both said that, he is good to go, 95% good to go against the Seattle Seahawks defense, which I might add, they're just one spot ahead of the Panthers in DVOA. They're 20th. Panthers are ranked at 21st right now in defensive DVOA, but they are not good against the run. The last time they didn't let a rusher rush for over 100 yards was back in Week 8 against the New York Giants. And so I think the Panthers, who, if they just stick to their plan, the plan that has always resulted in wins. You give D'Onta Foreman more than 11 touches, which is that number still sticks to me when they lost to the Baltimore Ravens, a totally winnable game. But if they run D'Onta Foreman and Chuba Hubbard and Blackshear as well, the guy's been doing all right. If they run them combined like over 30 times, the Panthers can rush over 100 yards, maybe over 150 yards. I feel like D'Onta Foreman could come out gangbusters on this. He's had 2 weeks on rest against a defense, like I said, has allowed over 100 yards rushing since Week 8. And so I think the Panthers, their recipe for success has been the recipe for success that they've had experiences of wins is that rely on the run. Don't rely on the quarterbacks. Don't rely on Sam Darnold to try to win you the game with his arm. Just give it to Dante Foreman. And then when the right passes become available, stick it to DJ Moore. Stick it to Terrace Marshall, who's been getting better every single day. And as I mentioned before, the Seattle Seahawks defense, they got a lot of rookies out there. Kobe Bryant out there. You can kind of have a mismatch and try to take advantage of the inexperience on the Seahawks defense, especially in the secondary, with the amount of talent that the Panthers got. You just got to get them the ball, and to do that, you got to rely on the run, happen to keep this defense honest with the stacked box and try to leave their defenders out there kind of on an island. And I feel like in a one-on-one matchup, DJ Moore could definitely win that. Terrace Marshall, not exactly DK Metcalf, but he's a physical presence out there, and I think that he can make an impact. Flip side, on the Panthers defense, you're probably going to see J.C. Horn up against DK Metcalf if they line up 1-versus-1. And then that should allow Tyler Lockett to be opened up a little bit. That's a guy who I think is going to score a touchdown. He's going to be a gigantic headache for the Panthers defense. And so I feel like they're going to have their hands full there. As I mentioned before, Geno Smith playing like an MVP type performer right now in the NFL. And he throws such a pretty ball. He throws such a pretty ball when on the run as well. He knows the system like the back of his hand. He's been in the league for about 10, 12 years now. And so if you all remember, when he was at West Virginia, he was a Heisman candidate. And so he has the talent, but he has the knowledge as well of this offense. He has the trust of this team and this coaching staff. So it wouldn't surprise me that he's going to test the Panthers secondary, who's missing, obviously, Dante Jackson for the rest of the season. And besides J.C. Horn, who I think is going to lock down DK Metcalf, it's going to be one physical-ass battle. And since I'm going to be at the game, then I'm going to be looking at that because I can. I'm not going to let the TV cameras show me what's up. I'm going to take a look at that matchup whenever it does happen, and I think it's going to be a very physical one. They're going to be bruised up and bloodied, and I think Tyler Lockett could very well eat in that. Also mentioned that Kenneth Walker, their rookie running back, again, the Seahawks rookie class right now. Shout out to them. They're doing great. Kenneth Walker, doubtful for this game. So they got a guy named Dallas, another guy named Homer. I don't know their first names, but my brother says they're all right. He gave me a bit of the scouting report, but we always know this Panthers defense kind of struggles a little bit against the run. And so these are, prototypical Seattle Seahawks back in the mold of Marshawn Lynch. Big physical guys. Kenneth Walker, I thought that dude was 6'3". He's actually 5'9". Unbelievable. But they run hard. They have two tackles on the left and right side, both rookies that are, performing very well in their rookie year. Again, shout out to this rookie class. And so I think the defensive line is going to have, again, it's work cut out for them. I think Brian Burns is going to do phenomenal things. I think Geno Smith, he runs when he has to, but I think Brian Burns, you can count 53 for at least one sack in this game for sure. Linebackers, Frankie Louvu just playing like his potential all-star self, Pro Bowl self, could try to keep the run game in check as well. And Derek Brown, who's the Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the Carolina Panthers, I feel like he and Frankie Louvu, as well as Jeremy Chin, has been playing all right, can keep this run game in check and then force Geno Smith to pass. And if he does that, let's just, I don't know, maybe New York Jets Geno Smith comes out. All this stuff, getting on the plane, getting picked up, going to Seattle, drinking on game day, maybe not Saturday, you don't need to see that. But, getting ready on Sunday morning, doing the tailgate, watching the game. I can't film the game, but I'll film my reaction to the game, big plays on either side of the ball, and it's going to be a great time. I'm going to get my reaction to you as well as I'm walking away from the stadium or still in the stadium. It's going to be a fast-paced, nice, exciting episode. I hope you tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I say Panthers are going to win. It's not going to be a defensive affair because the Seahawks defense ain't great. The Panthers defense could let a couple plays go only because Geno Smith is a red-hot fire right now. I think it could be like a 34-31 type of game. 34-31, Panthers, like a gross game. And but high scoring at the same time. I think it could get crazy in the fourth quarter. I'm only saying that for content purposes because you want to see me go crazy. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this game. I know this is kind of all over the place because it's an emotional one. I can't really think about any stats, not a stats guy anyways, but I'm just so excited for this game, and I hope you guys see that, and you're going to see it on Sunday. Let me know your game predictions. Let me know what you want me to be doing in Seattle. If you're from the Seattle area, Pacific Northwest, let me know where I should be going. I'm already going to Ballard, going to Capitol Hill, and then going to Cowgirls on Sunday morning. So, yes, see you guys Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on how many dad pops I have. Yeah, see you guys soon.